Hi, I'm Dr. Roost with Delta Chiropractic Center. I'm doing a video outside on Saginaw Highway where we practice. So it's a little loud. I apologize for that. I'll try to speak over the traffic because I have an important point to make about how we stay healthy. We teach a concept called the Reservoir of Health at Delta Chiropractic Center. And the Reservoir of Health is basically the idea that inside each of us there is a bucket or a reservoir in which we store the things that we need in order to stay healthy. That bucket we're born with, and we're born with it full because our mom filled it up while we were not yet born. And once we're born, that is full of good stuff that give us the ability to deal with daily activities. Things like keeping our energy up, being able to focus, fight off diseases. Our immune system is related to that. So this bucket is full of things like food and nutrients and energy and all kinds of good things, proteins and more, that we then reach into and dig into to use. Let me demonstrate this. The reservoir, as I said, is full. When we're born, the reservoir is full of stuff, good stuff that we need to stay healthy. Our moms filled it up for us long before we were born. And then we get born and that tap is shut off. We're no longer connected to mom. So what's in there is in there. And like I said, we're gonna dip into that reservoir over and over and over again as we go through life, using stuff that we need for all kinds of activities, daily activities. When we encounter a virus, we dip in and use some of those resources to fight it off. When we encounter stress, we dip in and use it. If we get a cut, we dip in and use that. When we're young, we use the resources when we're growing to build new muscles and build new bones and to stay alert while we're in school or at work, to get out of bed and go do what we got to do. We're constantly using the resources. Now it's important that we refill that reservoir on a regular basis, or sooner or later we're going to scrape the bottom of the barrel as we use the resources up. The resources get dwindled. I can already feel I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. And sooner or later, we come up with less and less of what we need. I'm down to be able to get a half a scoop out of here now. A half a scoop at a time. I'm starting to find that I can't get what I need out of this bucket because I've been using up these resources all my life and I've failed to put the resources back in. Now, that happens all the time, even during normal life. It can happen faster when we encounter major traumas. A major trauma, I had one 11 and a half years ago. I was in a pretty significant car accident. And that car accident punctured a hole in my bucket. Well, I don't know if I can do this, I didn't test it beforehand. But that trauma put a hole in my bucket. And when that happened, I drained a lot of resources out of there. Now, we have that happen with other times too, if we have a lot of stress, which covers a lot of ground. Stress like if you're pregnant, you use a lot of resources in a hurry. You gotta be refilling the reservoir. Getting sick, your body has to fight hard to fight off viruses and bacteria that get a foothold. But we're designed to do that, but we use up resources. So we can try to stop the flow of those resources by stopping up those holes. So we go to the hospital, we get casts put on, we have the baby and no longer have the baby using up our resources. Stop up some of those resources, but there's still not much in there, and we're still drawing on it for normal daily activities. So we got to refill the resources back up. The question is then, how do we do that effectively so that we then have the bucket full again, full enough so that when we need to, we can dip in again and start using the resources. But again, we got to keep it full. So here's the next question. How do we wisely fill the bucket up? How do we get the resources back in there? We teach 6 areas that we have to pay attention to: nutrition, rest, exercise, stress management, spiritual health, and taking care of your spine and the nerves. If we pay attention to those 6 areas of health, we're refilling the reservoir wisely, and then we have the resources available that we can dip into from when we need them. So it's important to pay attention to these 6 areas: nutrition, rest, exercise, stress management, spiritual health, and spine care. So we teach those 6 areas, and we teach practical ways to deal with all 6 of those areas. So if you want help getting well and staying well, keeping your reservoir full, that's what Delta Chiropractic Center is all about. We would invite you to call us and join us. We're here to help you get well, stay well. So God bless you in that journey. Call us at 321-3030. We'll find a time to find out where we can help you shore up the holes in your reservoir, fill the reservoir so you can stay healthy. God bless you. We'll see you down the trail.